Michael Saylor has created an absolute monster, a Bitcoin buying machine that does not rely on any form of credit.
Bernstein came out with some pretty impressive news too. They manage about $700 billion in assets, and they said Bitcoin has likely bottomed and could reach 150,000 this year.
Q2 started today. Fear and Greed Index, 8. 59 straight days of extreme fear. Longest streak since FTX collapsed. But while everyone panics, whale wallets added $6 billion in 90 days. Exchange reserves hit a 7-year low. The big money is buying while retail is selling.
Michael Saylor has created an absolute monster.
Chart soon as well. In addition, some good news. Bernstein, I forgot to take these my blue light glasses. Whoops. Bernstein came out with some pretty impressive news too. They manage about $700 billion in assets, and they said Bitcoin has likely bottomed and could reach 150,000 this year. Whoa. Again, you got to take what these analysts sometimes say with a grain of salt, but they did have some interesting thesis behind it.
More capital to create a Bitcoin buying machine. Even I, as a Bitcoin self-custody maxi, am very impressed by what he has been building the last couple of years. And today, Dan Hillary, one of the main analysts of strategy, he was even on a strategy earnings call as one of the top analysts there, will explain us today what Stretch actually is, what MSTR is actually building, and where the future of Bitcoin treasury companies will go. Enjoy.
Saylor is buying 7,600 Bitcoin per week. Not per month, per week. 89,000 Bitcoin in Q1 alone. But here's the trick. He created a stock that pays 11.5%. Compliance departments see a dividend stock. They approve it. They don't realize it funds a Bitcoin machine. Bernstein just said Bitcoin bottomed. Their target, 150K this year.
Nobody is writing about this. The other unwritten story, Kraken benefits directly. Trading fees, custody fees, customer acquisition at scale. Kraken is not just a payment processor in this distribution. They are receiving $2.2 billion worth of self-selected, cash-loaded former crypto users into their platform on a single day. If 20% of that cash converts to crypto, that's $440 million in new Kraken volume from one event. Nobody is writing about this.
Back to this. What happens if Saylor drops 42 billion into Bitcoin and Morgan Stanley drop 160 billion into Bitcoin? And the ETFs buy another 30 to 40 billion of Bitcoin. That's $250 billion. But anyway, putting all that aside, what happens if just Morgan Stanley does that 160 billion? That is their 2% of assets under management. Bitcoin price goes straight to 224.
FTX is paying out $2.2 billion today. And these aren't random people. They waited 3 years through bankruptcy. They're crypto believers. When they log into Kraken and see a buy button, if 20% buys back, that's $440 million in one day. Quick footnote. FTX invested $500 million in Anthropic, sold it for $1.3 billion. That stake is now worth $30 billion. They left $29 billion on the table.
Like a win. Anthropic's current valuation is $380 billion. That same 8% stake is worth $30.4 billion today. The estate captured less than 5% of the ultimate value.
Fear at 8, whales buying, Saylor's machine running, Bernstein says 150K, FTX money hitting whale wallets today, and Morgan Stanley is looking at a 2% allocation. That's $160 billion. Q2 starts today. Subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.